Hello, Professor. My name is Minhao Meng. In this video, I will present my continuous assessment project on COVID-19 data analysis. I explored three questions and I will go through them one by one, including data cleaning, EDA, regression analysis, and conclusions. So for the first question, it is: does hospital capacity influence COVID-19 mortality? So this is the cleaning part. And for this question, I select four variables: ICU patients per million, hospitalized patients per million, hospital beds per thousand, and total deaths per million. I replaced missing values with the median, convert data types to numeric, and removed outliers such as negative values and mortality rates over 5,000 per million. Yeah, and it will just save to this here, and it includes the data that has been cleaned for this question. And for EDA part, from the we can just run this. Yeah, we can see this is the show of the cleaning data, and from the histograms we can see that ICU and hospital admission are mostly low, but a few countries have very high values. And the correlation matrix shows that hospital beds per thousand has a weak positive correlation with COVID-19 mortality, about 0.22. However, ICU patients and hospitalized patients have very low correlation with mortality, around 0.07. And this is the third part. And in single variable regression, ICU patients per million explain only 0.5% of the variation in deaths. And in multiply regression, including ICU patients, hospital patients, and hospital beds, the R squared value was 0.053. This means hospital resources explain just 5.3% of mortality variation. So for the first question, the conclusion is hospital capacity seems to have limited influence on COVID-19 death rates. This suggests that other factors such as vaccines or government response might be more important. There is no strong connection with these 2 points. Okay, let's move on to the second question. So the question two is: does GDP per capita affect the strictness of COVID-19 policies? So for the cleaning part, that's the same. I select four variables: GDP per capita, stringency index, new cases per million, and total tests per thousand. Again, I filled missing values with the median and make sure all columns were in the correct data format. It's saved in this document. And for EDA part, wait a second. So the scatter plot shows that countries with both high and low GDP had a wide range of policy strictness. The correlation between GDP and the stringency index was close to zero. For regression analysis also confirmed that GDP has almost no effect on policy strictness. The R squared value was extremely low. Yeah, it comes. Showing GDP per capita cannot explain how strict government policies were. So for the second question, the conclusion is we can say that economic strength did not play a big role in how strict COVID-19 policies were. Maybe other factors like politics, culture, or health system might have been more important. Let's move on the final questions. The question 3 is: does smoking increase the risk of COVID-19 mortality? And also for the cleaning part, I select male smokers, female smokers, ICU patients per million, and total deaths per million. I filled missing values with the median and removed outliers again. Okay, we can see from the histograms, we can see that most countries have moderate smoking rates. The correlation matrix shows that female smokers have a stronger correlation with mortality at 0.39, while male smokers only have 0.07. The regression result for male smokers shows an R squared value of 0.005. For female smokers, the R squared value is higher at 0.15 and in the multiplied regression including male, female smokers and ICU patients, the R squared is 0.151. So even combining all three variables, the model explains just 50% of the variation in COVID-19 deaths. So for the third question, the conclusion is smoking, especially among females, have some connection with COVID-19 mortality, but it is not strong. Again, this suggests that deaths are affected by many complex factors. So this just smoking is just maybe one factor. So that's all. That's all three questions for my research. And in this project, I analyzed three important public health questions. First, hospital capacity had a weak impact on death rates. And second, GDP did not decide how strict government COVID-19 policies were. And third, smoking had a slightly stronger relationship with mortality, especially among females, but not enough to be the main factor. Through this project, I practiced data cleaning, EDA, and regression modeling. Thank you for watching.